Hello and welcome to episode 11 of the Moonshine Stitches podcast. My name is Sydney and this is a YouTube channel where I talk about the things I've been knitting and crocheting over the past month or so. Today is January 3rd, so happy New Year, first podcast of 2026. And I guess we could just get into it. I do have a couple finished objects. Two I do not have on my person, but I will talk about them anyway. Whoops, there goes my pen. The two I don't have with me were Christmas presents. They were both pairs of banana socks. I showed them like a billion times. You know what they look like. The pattern is Bananen-Socken by Suzanne Shahin, something like that. Anything I talk about will be linked in the show notes in the description box down there. So any like patterns, yarns, what have you, and any social media I have will also be linked down there. Sorry, should have put that up top. Anyway, Bananen-Sockens. The first pair I finished were my middle daughters. I think I showed them last podcast. I'll pop a picture up. I think I took a decent picture. If not, I will find them. I know they're in the laundry somewhere. God knows. But the kids did really enjoy their socks. I made my middle daughters out of Knit Picks Hawthorne Speckle in the colorway Confetti. And just like the other ones, they were knit on a size 4, maybe 3.5. Is that 3.5? Yeah, it's 3.5 millimeter needle. I held the yarn double, so it was like a nice thick slipper, cozy sock. And yeah, they were very cute. Second pair were for my brother. And I also made those in Knit Picks Hawthorne. Those came out gigantic. He has huge feet, and I think in total I used like 150 grams of yarn. I picture wherever. I wanted to make them kind of, when I was going through yarn, I saw two yarns together and I was like, I could definitely make him some Ronald McDonald socks. He has that kind of like sense of humor. He works at McDonald's as like a maintenance person, like he's in charge of maintenance or whatever. So I thought it'd be really funny to make him some Ronald McDonald socks. So I used the Knit Picks Hawthorne. I started at the cuff, and I made that red. I don't know the exact colorway, and I couldn't find it. I did not have it like logged or anything. So it's just red. And then I did a little stripe of the confetti speckle. And then the foot, like the whole like leg, heel, foot area was in the colorway Compass, like that really nice yellow. And then I did another stripe of confetti, and then the toe was the red again. I tried to do the same thing on the second sock, but I ran out of Compass. I think I had a full skein of that, so that is wild, gigantic feet. So I just finished the foot with what I had in the confetti speckle, and then did the toe in red. I think I had like no yellow left, none of the confetti, and maybe like 5 grams of the red, which is cuckoo bananas. Just so much yarn eaten up by those socks. But they were gifted. He loved them. Very, very happy about that. And yeah, that is the end of my banana sock journey. I am very sick of the pattern. I liked it. Everybody else liked it. I think I like burnt myself out on them. But maybe some more are in the cards for next year for Christmas, or this year. Jeez Louise. Okay. The third and final finished object I have is only technically finished. It is not blocked. The ends aren't woven in, and it is my Soph-ish Scarf. That is what I've been calling it. I have it right here. And to end, it is very pretty, very cute. Hold that up. It'll grow a little bit with blocking, but I think it's a really, really good size. You can wrap it around and then give it a little tie. Got my ends. And it's so cute. I love it. It's so cozy. Exactly what I was envisioning. This is a gift for my friend Morgan that I have yet to mail out to her because I haven't blocked it yet. Maybe I'll do that next week. Well, I'll block it today and then mail it next week when it's done. The pattern I based this on is obviously, you know, Soph-ish Scarf by Petite Knits. But instead of doing the increases as instructed in the pattern, I did increases every 6 rows. So it was a little less gradual of a increase and decrease. And then I just kind of went until I had about 60 grams of yarn left, and then started my decreases, and perfect size. I held my yarn double this fingering weight, which is Teeny Button Studio, her soft sock base in the colorway Fairy Wine. This was part of her solstice advent in 2024. So getting through those skeins finally. This is the second project I made. That was, I think it was like 5 skein, like full skeins of yarn that you opened like in varying numbers of days up until the winter solstice, from like December 1st to the solstice. And I made that my husband's grandmother's shawl, the Tender Tulip shawl, from a skein of that. And then this is the second one. I also changed the size of the needles called for. I think it calls for maybe a size 6 or 7. I used a size 8, which is a 5mm needle. And yeah, I think it's cute. I love it. I'll take a picture of it after blocking and weaving in the ends, so it looks a little better. But, oh, and okay, side note, I made Morgan a hat 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, from a skein of Malabrigo, and this somehow matches it almost perfectly. I'll try to get a picture of that also. I'll hold this up here and put like a picture here, and you could kind of compare and see how perfectly it matches. Very excited about that. So she'll have like a cute little matching set after I get that mailed off, finally. And that's that about that. My other Christmas presents I did not get done. I'm currently working on the scarf or shawl I wanted to make for my friend Carly. So I'll show that in a second. And then my mom's socks, I messed up the heel and then I put them on timeout because I didn't want to look at them. So I have to like frog back a bit in that, but they'll get them when they get them. And then my youngest brother's socks did not get done either, but he has a birthday in March, so he didn't get them for Christmas, so he will get something for his birthday at least. And it'll still be pretty chilly because he's like beginning of March, so still winter technically. But yeah, those are all of my finished objects. I have not worked on very much since finishing Christmas stuff, but I have progress on 3 whips. The first of which is right here. It's in this little Christmas bag. Gotta swap that out. It's like surfing Santa. It's so cute. I think I got this in like a D-stash, a bag D-stash lot. It's by Pineapple Yarn. I'm not familiar with them or if they dye yarn still, but like, or make bags or whatever, but they're really cute. In here I have a classic ribbed beanie or classic ribbed hat by Purl Soho. I am knitting this in Knit Picks Stroll Tweed in the colorway Lost Lake Heather. And it's very, I mean, it's coming along. This has been like my mindless project because like the 1x1 rib is just a very, not really have to use like your brain to do. Kind of on like autopilot with that one. I think I'm getting close to oh my gosh, I lost my train of thought. I think I'm getting close to the decreases. I think it has to be like 9 inches and this looks about, what would you say? Like 6, 7, maybe 6, 7. Oh no. If you have middle schoolers or elementary schoolers, I apologize. But yeah, maybe 7 inches. I'll have to measure it later because I know I'm getting close. I don't have anybody in mind for this right now. I think I was going to gift it to my brother before I made him those clown socks. So I don't know, we'll see. It's cute though. It's a cute color. Maybe I'll keep it for myself or give it to my dad or something. But we shall see. I am knitting this, like I said, Knit Picks, held double, I should have mentioned, on size 3 needles, 3.5 millimeters. So yeah, nothing spectacular, but some progress. Some progress is better than no progress. The other projects I have made progress on are, I don't have it here with me. Be right back. Okay. Second project, I've actually made quite a bit of progress on this, actually. It is my crochet jelly roll blanket, which is a pattern by K.F. Jones. Let's see here. I think last time I had like a little over 2 stripes on this, and since then I've added 2 and like a half-ish more, or like almost 2, something like that. I don't know, but I'll mark it this time so we know how much progress we've made since the last time. But we've got 4 full rows. I'm just gonna, oh, let me put down the hook. Pull this up, bump, 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 and then started a 5th like strip. I have not woven in any ends, which I'm going to absolutely regret very soon. I'm gonna have to take like an evening or something and weave all these in because it's gonna be a freaking nightmare that I don't want to deal with, but I'm gonna. I don't know all of these yarns because most of them are like true just scraps. I'm trying to use up everything under 20 grams. plus some 20-gram minis that I don't think I'll use for anything else, like heels, toes, cuffs on socks. But like anything 20 and under, or under 20, I would like to put into this blanket. I wanted to eat it up because I don't know, I'd like to get rid of them. Not rid of them, but like use them, make use of them. I do know a couple of these. Like this is Black Cat Yarns in the colorway Dirt Nap. This I think is Old Rusted Chair in the colorway Crystalline. This was part of a sock set, I think. What else? What else? This is more Black Cat Fibers. This is a little bit of Nomadic Yarns. This is Casual Fashion Queen, Knit Picks Muse. So yeah, I know some of them, but honestly not very much. Oh, I put in like the scraps of my son's socks. I've been trying to like, as soon as I get like 20 or under, or oh my god, whatever like metric I am using, I just kind of balled it up, held double, and then put it right into the bins. This is everything 10 and under, and then this is under 20 but above 10. So there's a lot to work with. I think, I hope at least it's enough for like a toddler lap blanket, but we'll see. I'll just keep adding on to it as I get more scraps of yarn. How do you define yarn scraps? To me, anything like 20 and above is like leftovers, but below that I think would be like scraps. That's how I think of it anyway, but I am curious to like how you would define that, because like if I'm making something and I have 50-60 grams left of a skein of yarn, like in no way is that like a scrap of yarn. That is leftovers for sure. You can make a meal out of that, but like if you have say like 10-15 grams, it's like I can't make something like huge, but I could stick that in a blanket. Like I don't know. Tangent. For that I am using a size 7 4.5 millimeter hook, and I'm just picking that up whenever I don't feel like working on like a regular project. So it's been getting a lot of love since like Christmas, I'd say. So like in the past like week and a half, put a big dent in there. Third whip is something new. It is living in this very fancy Ziploc gallon bag with Ziploc sandwich bags inside. And this is, oops, what's going on here? Sorry for crinkles. Oh my god, yarn is falling out everywhere. Maybe this isn't the best storage solution. I'll figure something out. This is my Vertices Unite shawl. It is a pattern by Stephen West. And so far, I have completed section, sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to show you this. There. Here is section 1. And I have just started section 2. This is going to be a gift for my friend Carly, and I will tell you about the yarn we are using. I wrote it down because there's 5 colors total, A, B, C, D, E, and they all go in a specific place and yada yada. The first color I am using, let me take it out of the bag because you'll be able to see it better. This is all Knit Pick Stroll. You might recognize it if you've been around for a while. This is the yarn I was using in my mosaic cardigan that I ultimately frogged because I didn't like it. But I think it's going to come together nicely in this. This is the colorway Hazy Heather. And that is my yarn A. You can see it in section A. It looks more gray here, but it's like a very, very light purple. It's very pretty. And then colorway B is Treasure. C is Horchata, which is like this creamy with like a pink undertone. It's so pretty. I love this yarn a lot. And then D is, sorry, Midnight Heather. It's a very dark blue. I also used this in the classic ribbed hat I made for my husband's uncle that I showed last podcast, maybe 2 podcasts ago. It's very pretty. I like this a lot. And then the last colorway is, sorry, Duchess Heather, which is a darker purple. I think this is going to come together really, really nicely. I'm very excited. I think there's like 7 or 8 sections total. But hopefully we get this done in time for her to like actually use it in the winter. It's coming together pretty quickly though. I think I started this on the 29th. So I've done 1 section and let's say a half in like four-ish days. 9, 30, 31, 1, 2, 5 days. So maybe by end of January, she'll have a cozy shawl. I really like the drape in this too. One hiccup I am running into is that like, okay, so sorry, I kicked you. When I frogged the mosaic cardigan, that was like all color work and it changed every like couple rows. So I have a bunch of like little balls like this where I had to cut the yarn, and I'm trying to use those up strategically in this shawl. But like I stopped in the middle of a row here and I hate that. I hate doing that. So I'm trying not to do that again. But even when I do it on the sides, it's like, sorry. It's making the selvage edge really wonky. So like, I'm not sure what to do. That'll be covered up with like I-cord, but I still want it to like look nice. I like pinned this to the shawl itself. I don't know. I'm sure I'll figure it out in like by the time I'm done. But yeah, just trying to use up those little balls so I don't run out of yarn. But yeah, that is everything I have worked on this month, basically, or in December as a whole. But lots of plans for the new year. I don't know if I want to talk about it right now. I think I'm going to record like a separate episode talking about like 2026 goals. I have big plans for like a stash down year, and like kind of rules I set up for myself there. Yeah, I think I'm going to record a separate episode for that. I'll probably do that sometime this week at night, when everybody's asleep. So when we don't have to like really rely on good lighting for yarn and stuff. So look forward to that in the next couple weeks, maybe, because I think it'll be fun. I have a lot of like, I don't know. Let me see if I could. I have general 2026 goals and then my like stash down goals. I kind of like journaled it out, figured out what I wanted to do, and I'd really like to share that like journey with you. So yeah, I'll record that. I do have some Christmas acquisitions. So let's get into that, and then we'll talk about goals and if they were met and new goals and stuff from the last podcast. Not general 2026 goals, just, you know, what we usually do. All right, let's talk yarn. I have it's a lot, so apologies. I had a couple skeins that I had ordered and like wrapped up for myself for Christmas. So I did that. So these are those two yarns. I got the Teeny Button Studio. It was like a Muppet Christmas Carol Christmas Eve cast on set. I obviously did not cast on Christmas Eve. I was too busy trying to finish presents. But this is on her Glimmer Sock base, which is a 75% merino, 20% nylon, 5% gold stellina. And the colorway is called Tiny Tim, Who Did Not Die. And I love it a lot. It's so cute. Let me take this off so you can see the whole thing. It's got like the blues and that burgundy. There's a little bit of like gold over here. It's so pretty. And then the little mini to go with it. So I don't know if I'll cast that on now or maybe save it for next Christmas to start like a pair of socks for myself. It's anyone's guess. And then the other skein I had wrapped up for myself is Nomadic Yarns Trusty Sock, 75% merino, 25% nylon, in the colorway I Smell Snow. I've been looking at this one for like a year now. So when she did an update, I was like, yes, please, and kind of used Christmas as an excuse. And then my husband got me a gift card to my local yarn shop, Gosh Yarn It, and I treated myself a bit. The first yarns I got are two sock yarns. This one is West Yorkshire Spinners Signature Sparkle 4-ply in the colorway Mulled Wine. And it's really, really gorgeous. This is like how it's going to knit up. I think I'm going to make myself a hat with it rather than socks. Because I think it's really pretty. Yeah, that's the plan. Hat, probably. Maybe I'll try a Muscle Burrow because I've never knit one of those yet. And it seems like a good yarn to try out with that. And then this is the Lang Yarns Super Socks Color 4-ply Super Wash in the colorway Asia. I've used this yarn before in the socks I made for Carly earlier in like the fall last year. And I really liked it. So I'm gonna make some for myself too. Very cute, very pretty. I like it. Then I got this little trio. This is Cascade Heritage. Another 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. These are actually for my husband, but there'll be some left over for me too. I'm going to make him a pair of socks. He asked last year around his birthday for a pair of socks kind of like striped like this. But then when I was showing him the yarn oh wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. I had found colors in Knit Picks Stroll, but hadn't like ordered them yet. But then I saw these in Gosh Yarn It, and I was like, oh, perfect, I'll just get those. And then I saw this one, I was like, oh, he'll like that one too. So I was like, okay, this one or this one? And he was like, can you incorporate both? And I was like, yes, 100%. So I'm planning on doing these stripes and then this for toe, heel, and cuff to kind of, you know, it'll be cute. But yeah, those will be coming eventually, maybe for Father's Day. What else? Oh no, I just knocked stuff off my desk. I'm a mess. Then I got the final thing I got from that gift card was a sweaters quantity of Kelbourne Woolens Scout in the colorway Cinnamon Heather. This, I think, is a 100% wool. Yep, 100% wool. And it's this really gorgeous brown. I am planning on making myself a pullover sweater in this because I don't have enough sweaters. And that's it. I would like to cast this on in the next couple weeks. I'm looking for the perfect pattern. I think I have like 1,600 yards of this, and I am in search of a like textured pullover. So yeah, if you have any DK weight textured pullover sweater recommendations, I am all ears. And also something like casual enough to wear every day, because that's just my wardrobe. Casual, whatever, pullover. It's very pretty. Last but not least, I did a sock yarn exchange with my friend Kathy. We go to like knit night every week, and I was like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to like go through our stashes and do like a little sock yarn swap? So I got mine together. I found like a self-striping I thought she would like, and paired that with like a mini and wrapped it up, and it was like cute little package. And then she shows up with like this hulking bag of stuff, and I was like, now I feel bad because I thought we were doing one skein, but it was all good. She was very, very generous in what she had put together for me. So I'm going to show that off too, if that's okay. So we have, let me, the Amazon driver just came, or Amazon like deliverer, package deliverer, and like gave me a heart attack. I have the like front door open, but the like storm door closed and locked, so I could get like some more like natural light in. But like, oh my god, I was not expecting anybody, and that scared me so bad. Anyway, these are the gorgeous yarns Kathy picked out for me, and I will tell you about them. This is Hue Loco. It's a merino DK 100% superwash merino in the colorway the Magic of Christmas, and that's so pretty. This might also eventually become a hat, like a Christmassy hat. And then we have, this is Fiber Optics yarn, cashmere yarn which is 80% merino, 10% cashmere, 10% nylon. I also think this would be a really nice hat, but you know, I have like hat plans out the wazoo right now. But you know what? I only have like one hat I wear. So maybe I need more. Oh my God. And the colorway is Once in a Lifetime. It's like this really nice, like olivey, like a light olive khaki, shiny, soft. It's so soft, like absurdly so. So pretty. This one is Spirt Trail Fireworks, in the colorway Bacchus. It's also a 75% superwash, merino, 15% cashmere, 10% Bombix silk. Ooh, fancy schmancy. It's like dark, purpley, mauvey, and gray. This is gorgeous. This will be like a really nice shawl maybe, or like scarflet. I love this. They look nice together too. Ooh, these look really nice together actually. Let me tell you about this one and then I'll show you them together. This is All You Knit Is Love, Murmur. And it's another cashmere merino blend, 25% cashmere, 75% merino in the colorway Sometimes. Look how pretty that is. It reminds me of like a Monet painting. Getting Monet vibes. But don't these look gorgeous together? Even better than the other one, actually. That's so pretty. Maybe they'll have to be something together. And then this one is Space Cadet Creations. It is a 100% superwash merino in the colorway Diaphanous. It's this really gorgeous variegated. This will be a cute shawl. Sock yarn swap, and I have not even thought of socks for these. Just like the thought of putting like cashmere on my feet seems like sacrilegious for some reason. I'm like, no, that has to be like, that's like neck and head. I don't know, maybe like some like super bougie cashmere socks with one of them. Maybe this one. Maybe something like textured. I don't know. Do you think the silk in this? Yeah, people, there's like silk sock. People like in lieu of like nylon to like make it sturdy and strong. Yeah, I think so. I mean, like some of the socks I make, like the Nomadic Yarns, her Tweedy base doesn't have any nylon in it. And those like hold up pretty well, especially if I use like a different like heel toe cuff, or not cuff, heel and toe. So should be fine. I wear my socks a ton, like a butt ton. And I have yet to wear a hole in any of them, like knock on wood. So maybe I tread lightly or something. And that's like wearing them like all day in the house. I will shove them in sneakers, in boots, whatever, and go out and walk miles. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how hard wearing this is, because I think this would actually be like a really cute pair of socks. But yeah, Kathy, if you are watching, thank you so much again, because oh wait, she also gave me a really pretty like snowflake button. Look how gorgeous that is. I don't know what I will use it for yet, but like, that's gorgeous. And then a teeny tiny snowflakey stitch marker, or more flower, I guess, but still very pretty. But yeah, forever, forever, forever grateful for that. That was such a generous gift. And I'm excited to use all of them. But yeah, that is the end of acquisitions for a while. We're not going to talk about stash down, but yes, we will talk about whether or not we met our goals from last time though. So last time I wanted to get all of the Christmas presents done. No, I did not. I got a lot done, but I am still working on my mom's socks, the Vertices Unite, and my youngest brother's socks, which are being moved to birthday socks. Sorry, Joseph. I wanted to cast on and finish Nan Dad. That's also something that did not happen, but I am aiming for like January after I finish Vertices Unite, perhaps. Because I just, you know, I want him done. I want him and Nana to be a pair. 3, plan for my stash down year. Yes, I have planned it all out. I have my rules for myself, and like I said, I am really, really excited to share it with you. I want to have that video done by the end of the month, and you'll hear all about it then. This time for goals. Film 2025 wrap-up / 2026 plans video. Okay, we can get that done. Finish up to section 4 of the Vertices Unite. If I record again in 2 weeks, I think that would be enough time to do like 2.5 sections while still doing other stuff and not driving myself crazy. So that is doable. And 3, work on the 2 pairs of socks I have on the needles. Those are the socks I have for my mom and the Vecna socks, the String of Lights by Sock Witchery, I think. Yeah, Sock Witchery. I haven't touched the socks I'm making for myself in quite a while. They really went on the back burner, so I'd like to get those done. And then I would like to have my mom's socks done. Both of those, I am still on the first sock, so like, you know, as long as I work on them, I'll consider that goal accomplished. All right, that is all I have for you today. I hope to see you again in a couple weeks, and I hope you had a great holiday season and a happy new year. Fingers crossed for maybe less horrors this year, but you know, things have yet to be seen. I'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Bye.